What is going on, guys? I am Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another zombies video where we are back with another episode of Easter eggs you didn't know. Today is a very interesting one because this is to do with KINO Der Toten, and I am willing to bet 90% of you probably have not heard of that. In fact, maybe even higher. This is how random and strange and secretive this one is. Until my video just the other day on KINO Der Toten and the storyline, not even I knew about this. Eli, you don't know anything, so that doesn't really say much, does it? Alright, Eli, calm down. Jeez, you don't have to have a go at me. Jesus Christ. So there's actually a special radio that you can hear in only the Wii version of KINO Der Toten, and it's so strange. This radio starts off with some children singing and then goes on to talk about the Chinese Revolution and the steel industry in China, about how the Communist Party came up with a crude calculation that every worker will build 1 meter of canal, and the project will end in 3 months, when actually it took more than 10 years to finish. It talks about the Great Leap Forward, the factory workers and what they do, the Communist Party and their ideology, and about how China was obsessed with producing steel, how they would melt everything made of iron, from doorknobs to saucepans. They melt them down and produce steel. About how women cut off their hair and mix it with the clay in the furnaces. I believe the Great Leap Forward was like between 1958 and 62, something like that, and KINO Der Toten takes place in the early 1960s, before 1963, so probably even 62, 61, the same time as the Great Leap Forward is going on in China. But what's more interesting is the fact that KINO Der Toten came out in 2010. This radio talks about the Great Leap Forward, and we have had a map on the Great Leap Forward. The nickname for it was the Great Leap Forward, towards known as Die Rise, which took place in China. It took place in the province 22, the People's Republic of China, in a skyscraper made of steel. We know when we play it, it's in like the 2020s or you know the 20th century, but at the time that we are playing KINO Der Toten, all of this propaganda is going on in China for China's obsession with the steel industry. It's actually also a really freaking creepy radio with the singing going on and how this radio talks. It's just so damn random. We've never had a radio like this in any zombies map before. All the other radios we have in KINO from Max's talking about Experiment 26 and the zombies in Group 935, but this one has nothing to do with that. And it brings the question to your mind as, were Treyarch thinking about making a map in China during 2010 KINO Der Toten? Because Die Rise didn't come out until 3.5 years later. For me, it's pretty impossible. I don't believe it that Treyarch would think about Die Rise back in KINO Der Toten, but maybe this radio helped them get some inspiration for that map. We don't know, but I'm gonna let you take a listen now. It is so freaking interesting. It's maybe one of the strangest radios we've ever had in zombies. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like rating. Hopefully if you enjoyed the video, make sure you stay up to date by subscribing, because some more videos are coming every day on this channel. Leave a comment, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. It is so damn strange, and I'll see you all in the next video. Enjoy.
These villagers were portrayed in propaganda films as happy and highly motivated, although in fact, they were soon to suffer a terrible moral and physical collapse. Tens of thousands of people died as a result of industrial accidents in the hazardous condition they were made to work in. The Communist Party came up with a crude calculation that every worker will build 1 meter of canal and the project will end in 3 months. Yet it actually took more than 10 years to finish the canal. During the Great Leap Forward, factory workers' hours were doubled, and machines began to work non-stop. They were not even allowed to stop for maintenance and repairs, and so soon began to fall apart. Factories were ruined. At the same time, Mao announced another target for the Great Leap Forward. Steel production was to be doubled within 1 year. That production was not only from heavy industry complexes, but also from small furnaces and villages. As a result of communist ideology, Mao believed that workers' power held a magical force. With that decision, tens of millions of Chinese set out to produce steel by amateur methods. Everything made of iron they could find, from doorknobs to saucepans, was melted down in primitive furnaces in an effort to produce steel. Women cut off their hair and mixed it with the clay in the furnaces.